Hello and welcome. Let's take a gentle breath together, settle in, and soften your shoulders. I'm Earthy Remedy, and this is our quiet corner for plant stories and simple rituals that fit into daily life.
Hi everyone, I'm Sam Nang Bradley. I'm glad you're here. Today, we're leaning into a familiar, evergreen friend, rosemary. Think of sun-warmed sprigs, a heart-side scent that follows you into the kitchen.
Today, we'll wander 3 simple paths with rosemary: a 1 to 3 minute morning clarity steam, a rosemary-infused finishing salt for the pantry, and a gentle rosemary hair rinse that leaves hair lightly scented and refreshed. None of these are medical treatments. They're small, sensory practices to bring a steady, savory rhythm to ordinary days.
Yes, small, repeatable things. We'll also share sourcing tips and safety notes along the way, so you can try these at home with confidence.
Let's begin with the plant itself. Rosemary is compact and evergreen, with needle-like leaves that hold a resinous, pine-bright scent. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine rubbing a little leaf between your fingers and catching that camphor-light top note that lifts the air. That resinous warmth is what people have loved for kitchens and hearths for generations.
There are a few common types you might find. The low, spreading, prostrate rosemary that hugs a garden bed, the taller Tuscan or upright rosemary you see in pots and hedges, and dried culinary rosemary you'll find in jars. For kitchen use, culinary-grade fresh sprigs or labeled culinary dried rosemary are the safest picks.
A neighbor once tucked a hot sprig of rosemary into the slits of a cooling loaf right before bringing it to a block party. The scent unfolded slowly across the street. People paused mid-conversation, drawn to that quiet, savory signal that dinner was near. It felt like a tiny, shared ritual, rosemary as a bridge between garden and table.
That image captures how rosemary lives in daily life. Folded into slow cooking, tucked into breads, brushed onto roasted vegetables, or simmered briefly to scent a room. It's a plant that invites you to move slowly and notice small comforts.
Practical use: morning clarity steam. This is a 1 to 3 minute ritual to invite a clear, scent-forward pause. Start by bringing 1 to 2 cups of water to a gentle simmer. Add a handful of fresh rosemary sprigs, about 2 to 4 small sprigs, or 1 tablespoon of dried rosemary. Turn off the heat and move the bowl to a stable surface. Sit comfortably and hold your face at a safe distance, at least 12 inches above the bowl, and test the warmth with the back of your hand first. Breathe gently through your nose for 1 to 3 minutes, keeping your eyes relaxed. If you feel any discomfort, step back and let the bowl cool. This is a gentle sensory pause, not a steam treatment for congestion.
A few practical notes. Keep a lid nearby to cover the bowl if the steam feels too strong, and never lean directly over steaming water. If you prefer a milder scent, simply cradle a sprig in your hands and inhale. A little rosemary scent can be just as grounding.
Rosemary-infused finishing salt. This is a quiet pantry ritual that brightens a pinch of food with that resinous lift. You'll need 1 cup of coarse sea salt and 2 to 3 tablespoons of finely chopped fresh rosemary, or 1 to 2 teaspoons of dried rosemary. Combine salt and rosemary in a clean jar. Press down gently to release oils, and leave the jar loosely covered at room temperature for a few days, giving it a gentle shake once a day. After 3 to 7 days, the salt will carry the rosemary aroma. Store it in a sealed jar and use a small pinch to finish toast, roasted vegetables, or a simple bowl of beans. It's a slow way to fold rosemary into meals.
A tip: if you're using fresh rosemary, make sure it's well rinsed and patted dry before chopping. Excess moisture can clump the salt. And if you want a subtler flavor, make the mix with half coarse salt and half finely ground salt.
Gentle rosemary hair rinse. This one is for a light scented rinse, not a cure-all. Start by making an infusion. Pour 2 cups of just boiled water over a handful of fresh rosemary sprigs, or 2 teaspoons dried, in a heat-proof jar. Let it steep, covered, for 20 to 30 minutes, then strain. Important safety steps. Once strained, allow the infusion to cool completely. Perform a patch test on the inner forearm with a teaspoon of the cooled infusion diluted with 2 to 3 parts plain water. Wait 24 hours. If any redness, itchiness, or irritation appears, do not use on scalp. If the patch test is clear, dilute the infusion further for sensitive scalps. A good starting ratio is 1 part infusion to 2 parts water. Use this as a final rinse after shampooing. Pour slowly over the hair while leaning over the sink, then gently towel dry.
And a reminder, homemade leaf infusions are very different from essential oils. Do not apply undiluted essential oils to skin or scalp. If you use rosemary essential oil, follow safe dilution guidelines and consult trusted sources first. For our rinse, the diluted leaf infusion is mild and sensory. Essential oils are concentrated and should be treated with care.
Sourcing and safety. Briefly, choose culinary-grade rosemary when possible. Rinse fresh sprigs under cool water, and avoid using ornamental plants unless you know they haven't been treated with pesticides. If you're pregnant, nursing, taking medication, or have chronic skin conditions, check with a healthcare provider before trying topical rituals. We repeat this as a gentle reminder. These are sensory, cultural practices, not medical advice.
Also, if your steam ever feels too hot, pull back. If a rinse causes any burning or strong irritation, stop and rinse with plain water. Simple caution helps keep these small rituals pleasant and safe.
Let's take a short nature-inspired reflection. Imagine holding a sprig of rosemary just after morning sun hits it, warm, slightly resinous under your fingertips. Picture the slow swirl of steam above a bowl, the subtle salt sparkle on a slice of bread, or the soft scent that lingers when you tie your hair back. These are little invitations to notice the ordinary as a small ceremony.
For this week's small habit, try the finishing salt on something simple: a slice of buttered toast, roasted carrots, or a bowl of warm grains. Notice how a pinch can lift the moment. It's an easy way to fold rosemary into daily life without fuss.
Before we go, a few quick reminders from our safety notes. Patch test topical rinses. Distinguish leaf infusions from essential oils. Keep steam at a comfortable distance for 1 to 3 minutes. And source culinary-grade rosemary where possible. If you have questions about pregnancy, medication interactions, or persistent skin issues, consult a healthcare professional.
If you try any of these, start small and notice how the ritual feels. Share what you discover with a friend, or tuck a sprig into a loaf like our neighbor did. Small gestures make warm memories.
If you enjoyed this quiet stroll with rosemary, please subscribe to Earthy Remedy for more plant stories and gentle recipes. Follow along and come back when you want another pause. We'll be here with another small practice to fold into your day.
Thank you for spending this time with us. Try one small thing. See how it settles into your routine, and we'll wander together again soon.
Let nature guide us today. Let's take a gentle step into nature's wisdom. Until next time, be kind to your senses.